thought there was. Okay. Bam 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 bam. Piram bam bam bam. Baram badam bam bam. Babadoob doop boop babadoob boom. Dabadee boom. You know, we can actually plug this camera into this place though. Because, um, Dre, can you hear me? Dre, can you hear me? Dre, can you hear me? Dre, can you hear me?
I hear you, sir.
If Aya is there, ask him that mini HDMI to full HDMI I gave him for that DSLR, right? If it's available, we can plug it into this DSLR that is here and use this camera to like show the equipment and everything that's going on.
Okay, got that. You might not need to talk to radio. I can hear you with your microphone.
Oh, okay. That's fine then. I was saying, do you hear me? You did not talk. Now I have to not press radio.
Okay, so we can hear you loud and clear.
Bam 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 bam. I hope you enjoy my voice. Bambi Bambi boy, Dari boy. Why are you protesting, Dari boy? I see your video now. Don't let us catch you. See the cables here. If it catch you, you go hear when. Bam bam be. Okay, so we can just do this and plug it into. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is there HDMI is number what? 5. Okay. So the goal will be to raise it up so you can see wide. Ah, this is quite messy though. Very, very short cable. I kept it in number 5. So let me go to 5. Oh, there's not a 5 signal. See? Came up. And it's at the widest. Ah, it's not looking clean. But at least we can. I need to include HDMI, 25 feet of mini HDMI to normal HDMI in my package. That one is legit. What we'll do, let's go and bring the 14mm and put it here. Bring 14mm lens. Let's put it here. Ba-da-bum bum ba-dum ba-dum bum bum ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum. Okay, so let's turn it on. Where is the? Okay. Okay. So we have, I think we basically captured everything now. Yeah. No. Bam 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 Bum ba ba dum bum bum. No, I'm not. Is that not our cable? Because I know it brought like an extension that's like that. Yeah, that's our cable. Yeah. Please help us remove it. It's adding to the clutter of cables. Oh, you saw the signal? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to see if I can arrange some of these things so that. Okay, this one's for the. See this guy one boss. What did GJ Sawonlu do? I joined the SARS must end protesters in Alausa and received a letter of their demands, and once again I reiterate my support. I am on my way to Abuja to meet with something president on the goals and conversation to be clear. Tangible next step. Sanwo-Olu, the form say he be part of us. Who be Ramsuya? Say, he carry poster. I say, I carry poster. End police brutality. They look for second tenure. They look for second tenure election. And I say, they put picture, they put post. Now, Bobo. Okay, send that post from Savage Response. So they are showing this policeman with big pot belly. Might put up a camera and see. See ya. I don't know. Hey. So, oh, my guys are online now.
Welcome to the webinar. You have entered as a panelist and may now speak to any other organizers or panelists on the line.
Okay, so I will mute my laptop so that we can come in. Can you hear me?
Yes, Daniel.
Is my audio clear?
Sorry?
Is my audio clear?
Yeah, it's clear. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great, fantastic. So I will turn on my video now so you can see the multi-signal and tell me if you can see my video feed.
Okay.
Okay. So turning on my video, switching it to... Guy, I've started. No, we've not like gone live, but I've started. I'm trying to like change my video signal feed. Okay, from webcam to... The webcam show preferences. Going to not webcam. Oh, damn it. Here we go again. It's not showing me.
What?
No, you know the way we did on Zoom and we're seeing Black Magic as webcam. I can't find
It's not showing you
Black Magic. No. Oh, it's off.
How come?
Use new hardware. Oh, yes. Okay, so let me see now. Black Magic. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay, wait. So I'll try and come in again because I should close the application. Let me quit. So I'll try and join in again. Joining. Okay, so let's try this again.
Welcome to the webinar. You have entered as a panelist and may now speak to any other organizers or panelists on the line.
Okay, so let me try my video again. Webcam is already in use. Okay, go to preferences. And I do not have any other application using it now. So why does it say webcam already in use? Fail to initialize. Jan, turn on the EOS arrow. Okay. So yes, that one has come on live. The camera is panning by itself. Lock it, please. Yeah. No. That it's supposed to be at the body. That's tilt. No. There's a screw that should be. No, see, Jan, the screw is not there. There's a screw that's supposed to be by this side to allow you to lock it. No. Look the other way. I'm trying to get. This is this camera now, so I'm trying to get this one. Set fail to initialize. I don't understand. I'm trying to get this one. That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, but it said fail to initialize that.
Let's restart. Hold on. Take that now.
Okay, wait, let me try again. So, Islam, I would like log out and try to like figure out this whole camera thing so I can get back on properly.
Sorry, Daniel?
I said I would log out and try to figure out this camera signal thing so I can get it.
Why? What's going on? Should I just dismiss you from the session? When you reconnect, you try again?
No. It's okay. What's going on is okay. I'm only saying that I'm supposed to set up this whole multicam view and it's telling me that the anthem is being used by nothing. So I want to restart my entire system. So I'll be back shortly.
I used to using OBS.
That's why I want to just restart my entire full system. So I know that there's nothing. Once I open, it's just go to webinar that'll be open first. You get. So I don't even know what's going on. There should be no problem. Based on we've set it up, we tried it in Zoom, it worked. You get. So it's saying OBS virtual camera though, or worst case scenario, I'll just pipe it through OBS virtual camera.
No, you cannot. This one is fine for you.
That's what I thought too. Barry, if you can hear me, I might need you to come to the rescue and help me set up OBS virtual camera if I try it now and it doesn't work.
Let's try it first.
Oh, okay.
So AY,
No, it's not. It's still coming up.
No. OBS, Okori, also failed to
Initialize. Go to webinar. So I'll go to the link. Okay, so it's the first one I've opened now.
Go to
So I would go to.
Welcome to the webinar. You have entered as a panelist and may now speak to any other organizers
So the
or
black magic
panelists on the
is
line.
working as sound, but the video of the black magic is what I'm trying to get. That
But there's no
says-
sound from Black Magic here.
We don't need sound from Black Magic now. It should be Apache voice really.
No, it's getting the sound from Black Magic.
I'm getting sound from black magic.
Okay. So Black Magic should see us.
So we
now.
can do this or we do this. You don't have to-
If I there is OBS virtual cam, that one failed too.
it shouldn't.
Are you sure?
Black magic design failed.
It should not now.
Yes, I will show. Turn on that camera. Is that camera on?
This
Okay,
one
so it's works.
No, this is the camera. This guy.
This
No,
is
no,
that
that-
camera.
Okay, that's what you're using.
But Black Magic won't fail. How come? And you've used it before.
No, I've not used the anthem, but I have used.
I mean, can you support this particular?
So this software.
Software. Is there any other software?
But can't you send from OBS?
That's what I don't know. I've never set that up before.
Okay, so can you do RTMP?
No,
Then support
No.
RTMP.
I don't know.
Let's see the interface of this stuff.
This is the interface here.
Open it.
So how do you add your video?
Just click here. I'm supposed to go
Okay,
live
so-
with video.
Click this arrow and let's see something.
That's what I'm saying.
This arrow here. This
It
one.
will show you more preference. That's where we are coming from. So if you click preference, which is the same as this one, it will bring you here. You get so you
Okay.
can do
Let's see the
audio.
drop down. Let's see.
Audio is coming in, right? Connection is good. There are no updates.
Wait,
Um,
wait. Connection. Let's see connection.
Test connection.
Okay, that's the internet. abi?
Connection passed. Yes.
Okay,
Webcam.
so-
So this is the part.
Okay,
that's
click
it.
advanced.
I just did. It didn't come up with anything else. So what it came up with was this document.
After clicking on advanced.
Mm,
And you don't have VMix.
so that one is showing.
Oh.
But Vimix, báwo la máa gbé Vimix orí ilé?
VMix tó bá ti select tó bá ti ní external. Ṣé yẹ kó lè?
OBS, the virtual OBS.
Virtual camera nìyẹn.
But I've not loaded anything into
Not
that.
loaded to virtual
So I have to like do something, right? Okay. So if this is obvious, that's the
Click on
signal.
studio mode first. You see
Studio mode.
Yeah. So, hold on.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
Come in, go to settings here. Let's see.
Settings,
To work it. You see output.
output.
Okay. Scroll down.
This was string.
Click advanced. Let's see. Yeah, so.
Streaming, recording,
No, it's not.
relay,
It's not.
audio.
It's not. Close it. Cancel. Cancel.
Uh,
Cancel. Add video here. Video control device. Yeah. Okay.
okay.
Okay. So
OBS
see
virtual
the
camera.
virtual cam.
Act.
Click OK.
Okay.
So let's see how we can configure this. Where is it? That's not at the top, right? No, is that? Is it?
Yeah, I'm here. Oh, he can't hear me because I muted myself. I'm here, Islam. I'm here. I'm just trying to see how I can get my Black Magic Mini Anthem to show. You get, but if I put on my EOS arrow, it will show now. So I have like my guys here assisting me. Let me turn my EOS arrow beta utility so you can see. It comes on now. You can see me now, right?
No. I cannot
Okay,
see
hold
you.
on. Can you see me now?
Yes, I can see you now. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get, there's like a multi-switcher kind of thing I have that's going on here. You get with all the mix into like the anthem here. So I'm trying to get that signal into here and it keeps failing.
Yeah, sure. Tell me, you're gonna share your screen or no need to give you the right to present?
Well, I would have loved to show a bunch of things though, which is what
I
I'm,
have to give you the right to present, right?
yes. That'll be great.
Okay.
Like it doesn't support it. To support that thing.
That'll be great though. I'm just trying to see
Can
how,
you share your screen? Can you share your screen?
yeah, I can share my screen.
Okay, so you can share your screen. Let's send from here. Just right click here,
Okay,
then full screen,
full screen.
and click here. Okay, so
Okay, so I'll be using my screen.
It's not.
And
see?
I'll be using my screen and oh okay, we can do this.
Right?
So can you see my screen now? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so this is what I'll do. I'll be using my screen because in my screen I can actually change and show like setup. You can see the setup that's going on. I can go between cameras. I'll just turn on all the cameras and
Yes, but I'm afraid that your wife is not gonna allow you to
Oh, okay. We'll try our best, yeah. It's supposed to be live streaming.
Yeah, but now I can see you, but it's very slow.
Oh, it's very
I
slow.
cannot see it. Yeah, it's very slow. The camera is it's like, yeah, it's very slow.
Oh, okay. Um, that means I'll either have to slow down what I'm doing because that's the only way I can do it by sharing my screen. So rather than use the direct camera into my face, I'll just share the screen and turn off my video so that my screen will have my video. I think so.
Okay, but okay. John, hello, John.
I can hear you now. Chat.
This is Zach here. Can you see the screen of Daniel? Like, can you see him very well, or it's slow? It's slow from your side as well, right?
So yes, it's kind of a bit late. Yeah, it's a bit slow. Yeah, but I can see the musical instrument and I can see Daniel on the lower part. But
Yeah.
Daniel's movement is a bit delayed.
Oh, okay. Um, what I can do, let me see if there's anything I can do to my audio because my audio is coming way faster than my video. Let me
Yeah.
see if I can do something about that.
Then I think the audio is normal. I think the video is what is a bit delayed.
Yes, yes, because okay, so the video would have been in sync if I'm using my switcher, right? So the video. Oh, okay. Let me try something. There's supposed to be like a delay function in this thing that allows you to add like some kind of delay.
I think it's a delay thing. You can check this 3 seconds or 2 seconds delay.
Oh, okay.
Just check. I don't know.
Hold on. Let me call somebody. Dari.
Is Raul?
No, Raul is not there.
Is Raul on the call here?
Dari, can you come and help me like add delay to this audio here? Can you come and help me add delay to this audio? Because my audio is faster than my
Raul on the
picture.
call yet?
No, it's not here. It's not here.
Because he has requested the part.
It has to be from software, right?
Yes, I put
Okay, wait. Let me. Now mute my mic now.
John.
I've muted my mic now. So let me see if I can do a delay from. He can hear me, but it's just.
I just off the regular mic and I did the audio from the
Unmuted.
video. So if you can hear you from it, but you know what to do.
Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
So it's my audio in
Very
sync.
far.
It's very far now, but is it in sync?
Your audio is very far. It's almost we cannot hear you.
Okay.
Try again, please.
Can you hear me? How's it now?
Yeah, now it's clear. Yeah, now it's clear.
Is it in sync now with my picture?
Sorry?
Is it in sync with my picture?
No, it's not gonna be synced with your picture because your picture is very slow. It's not 3 seconds. For me, as I can see, it's not 3 seconds gap. It's more than that. It's like, I don't know, it's very slow.
Okay, I guess I'll do my best so that we'll actually not move as fast as I usually do so I don't get people lost. You get?
Yeah.
I think that's
Like
what I'll
for me
just.
now, you just open your mouth. Understand?
What?
Yeah, for me, when you finish talking, you just open it your mouth on the screen. You understand?
Ah, I see. I see.
Daniel, are we sure that's not network from your side?
Well, I could show you the streaming speed here. So let's see if that's like a problem. I'm coming speed test.net so I can see whether it's like my network. But I doubt it's it though, but let me just check now. So no, I don't think it's from my end because 16 Mbps should
Yes?
be.
Please, Can you confirm if John Wambugu is on the call yet?
John Wambugu, no, I cannot see him, but I didn't invite John Wambugu. Should I invite him?
So on my download, I'm having 10 megabits per second. On my upload, I'm having 15 megabits per second. I think that should be fast enough to handle stuff like this. What do you think?
Yes, it's okay. I mean, it's okay, but the video is slow. Like we can see you, but it's a bit slow. But it's all right. I mean, we can do it.
Okay.
John, I just invited now the John Wambugu. The call. Just tell him that he will be receiving right now an email from GoToWebinar, so he can join the session. Yeah.
Okay, when you're ready, we'll start. Let's say in the next 3 minutes or so, or 5.
Okay, yeah. Let's wait for 4 minutes more.
Yeah.
4 minutes.
Oh, it's like the audience can actually even see my screen.
Sorry? Hello?
No, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What you said?
No, I was saying, no, I was just talking about my setup, what I was going to show them. That's what I said. I was like,
Yeah, we can do it. We can do it. Actually, yeah, we can see it. We can see you. We can see your screens. Perfect.
oh, okay, great.
We're just waiting for John to reconnect because he has been disconnected for some reasons.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Can you make me organizer so I can see and
I-
talk to people? Is it possible? The way we usually do it.
Sorry? Oh, yeah. I give you normally the right to
Yeah,
organize, right? I
yes,
give you the right
yes.
to see people, to interact with them?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, great. Yeah.
That's that, right?
Yes, that's it. Okay. So when John comes back, we'll just start.
Yeah.
Yes, I have to. That's the only way. So rather than I'll be slow. So I switched to this.
The webinar will begin shortly.
I'm waiting to see. Oh, okay. Um, let's start because you know they've been of late since day before yesterday till now, right? There's been this. Oh, okay. No, I mean when John gets back, we can start when John gets back. When he's back on with I guess he wants to call somebody or so. do you say? When do we start? Do we still wait a bit?
John?
Okay. Can you see my video or give me a second? Let me. Is the video lagging? Oh, so okay, my video is good. Oh, okay, okay. Jan, no, I think I know what to do now. So yeah, I can hear you. I was saying, should we start or we should still wait for the guy? Yes, I can hear you loud and clear, John. Oh, okay. I'll just tap it for you to get in focus. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me tap it to get in focus. Tap behind my focus so I'll actually I'll get the focus. Tap my video. Can you see it there? Is it showing? Tap my face. Oh, okay. Don't worry. It's gonna come on now. Turn off the autofocus on the lens, please, so it does not go out again. On the lens. No, leave it not there. Yeah. Okay, just give me a second. Let me just fix one more thing and we'll start. There's a button on the lens that says autofocus. Switch it to manual. It's on the body of this lens. I don't know if you can see. Yes, that's it. Am I still in focus? Okay, try and use the lens to focus me now. Okay, now leave that. Let's do it. John, how's the video now? So we'll start. Okay, let's start then. Yeah, I'll bring up my screen, but let's start. Hi everyone. So today will be like a fun discussion whereby we'll talk about a couple of things and we'll discuss and see how we can maximize streaming workflow. So today we'll just set up a couple. What you can see, I've set up a multi-camera situation whereby I have the 5D that's directly connected to me, and we're using all the streaming solutions that's available to see how we could actually maximize um, streaming workflow depending from the high-end budget end of the spectrum to the low budget end of the spectrum. And this is a conversation that we'll be having today. So first of all, we're going to cover a couple of things. What's the difference between live streaming and streaming? What do you need in terms of bandwidth that you require in terms of doing what you need to do? And also, we also go through like workflows and gadgets, which there are like several of them here that we could actually use. I'll just go straight so you see there's like a bunch of gadgets. Like you see my screen and you can see like there's like an anthem, there's like a mixer, there's like a that, and that's the camera in shot. If you can see my screen here, and there's like a laptop here that's already doing all of this. So all of that we're going to explain and actually take it like at one step at a time and see how we can do that. So it's going to be an interesting conversation. If there's anything that you get lost on the way, you could raise your hand and I'll be able to see you and we could like have a conversation about it, and while we'll actually continue the call. So I'll just go back a bit. So first of all, we'll start with the question, what's streaming? Okay, what's the difference between streaming and live streaming? Streaming refers to sending the medium to which you could send data across from a particular point to another using like the internet connection, or using like a connection that actually allows you to send that data from one point to another, right? every time we do stream content, like take for example when you watch your Netflix, or when you watch your Hulu, or when you watch your Amazon TV and Amazon Prime, all these things you're doing it, you're actually streaming content. But on live streaming, the difference between streaming and live streaming is that on live streaming, we are seeing it as it's happening, like what I'm doing right now. Now that's live streaming. I'm in a very small studio whereby we just had this mini setup of a drum set to showcase some kind of multi-camera scenario and showcase the workflow that would things if you're supposed to do them and what they will become. Okay, so over time, why streaming, budget is usually an option because we have several things, milestones we have to like contend with. One, the speed of the internet you have. Two, the quality of the camera you're about to use. And three, what software or you're using or what third-party application you're using, whether it be YouTube, OBS, or whatever form of service that you're using to actually take that data from point A to point B. And this actually is important because of there are several um, sorry, fields that you actually could be in. For example, this could be a solution for churches. This could be a solution for um, remote education. This could also be a solution for a lot of other infrastructures that you're looking at actually um, using such solutions for. You get so in that sense, knowing what works and how to apply it to actually solve such kind of things becomes very important. And it becomes important because give me a second. I'll turn on my screen now. The camera just went off. Can you just touch the start button? Can somebody stay behind that? Okay. So that becomes important because it's something we would actually have to now explore in terms of workflows, in terms of what's possible. Because we are now in a world whereby remote solutions are the in thing, and the more we could actually push such kind of solutions forward, um, using streaming as through third-party platforms and using streaming as a solution, the more we'll be able to get things to work. And as such, that's the basis of the entire discussion we're having today. You get so we're gonna start and take it from like the um, little end of the spectrum and work our way to like the bigger end of the spectrum. Okay, so in talking about that, the first conversation we'll be having is why is this relevant? You get safety has become the priority, and reaching broad people has also become a priority. It's almost like we are trying to create like a shared experience. Okay, we're trying to create this experience whereby we could all have things that will work for us in the sense of how we deploy solutions and how we have those solutions actually come alive. You get, and how we have those solutions reach a larger amount of people. So, for example, this studio, you could see the drum set and you could see everything we have going, right? This could have been a concert. This could have been an educational learning. This could be we delivering a speech or launching a product or doing several camera moves. This could be anything you get. But for the fact that we can take this information and reach people in the comfort of their homes using by just transferring data, and they could actually communicate with you live and ask questions about their experiences. Now that makes it a lot more interesting and becomes like a robust solution that could actually be applied to a number of fields. So from the lower end of the spectrum, which I will start from, because there are like two sides of the spectrum. There's like the low end, there's like the medium end, and there's like the high end. And what makes this solution expensive are like several things. One, the quality of camera you're using to capture, and which you would see shortly, and you could probably see the difference. The quality of camera you're using to capture, the system you're using as your third-party infrastructure to like sandwich a couple of solutions, and also the kind of delivery you're looking to deliver, whether you're delivering output of HD or output of 4K, which also affects the final deliverable, which is the internet bandwidth. Because having the amount of data you push through a streaming pipeline, take for example streaming data is like passing data through a pipe or passing water through a pipe. The bigger the pipe, the bigger the amount of water you can push through. So things like audio quality, great resolutions, all those gets like improved based on the amount of data or the kind of data you actually push through. For example, on this camera you can see me on now, which is the main camera, my frontal camera. I'm using a 5D Mark IV and an EOS Arrow, the EOS beta utility software that allows you to turn your webcam, any camera into any Canon camera you have, into like a webcam solution, and which is why I'm having like this shallow depth of field that's on me. I would switch to my screen so you could see what's going on. So on this, you could see the camera. That's the camera like ahead of the laptop there. That's facing me directly. And on my screen, if you can see my screen, you could see that it's just connected by a single cable that's attached, and it's attached to like my USB port that's right here. Okay, and that's like the most Indian budget solution, which just requires a USB cable, your photographic camera, and whatever app you choose to stream. The EOS beta utility software that's now out of beta, that's now you could use the webcam utility software that's from Canon, allows you to take any of their cameras and convert them into your webcam cameras that could actually give you better quality video like the video you're seeing from me. Okay, and we will get into why this is a lot more useful in terms of what's the difference, because the quality of video you actually put will actually determine how pleasant it is for the attention, or for the how pleasant your experience they're actually trying to create for your audience will become. You get, most people can't stand poor video because we still have, which is still a growing concern. We still have issues we have to deal with, which is bandwidth, pushing the amount of data. Some internet connections can only carry SD signals. Some internet connections can only carry HD signals, and some other internet connections have the ability to carry 4K signals. Okay, having a multicam scenario in this allows you to show different perspectives or point of view, like I can now. If you look at my screen, I'll switch from my main camera, who's going to show you like the drum, okay, to the other camera, who's going to show you me in full, and the third camera is going to like show you the other side of the drum, which you can all see. You get, and the fourth camera, which is also DSLR, can now show you like my setup and all I have going through, which is like a laptop to control my mix, the small mixer that actually controls the DSLR that comes in to the DSLR signals that could come in that we can also switch in, and also serves as a USB to become my other webcam utility. Also, a switcher that can take in SDI connection for the Pro Cinema cameras, which are on this feed that you could see, and the other feed, okay, that you could see. So in that scenario, right, we could see how we could have perspective shift in terms of putting several perspectives across and having that become something that actually works. So going forward, right, I would go back to and discuss from the bottom of the pyramid the kind of solutions and what's applicable for. So looking at the solution where I'm using like the EOS Arrow data, right, looking at this solution, we could see how it applies to people who are vloggers, gamers that actually would have like game from their home, people who would like to create their own small micro worship experience that actually for or rehearsal that actually has to be viewed by a client or through like YouTube or Zoom, because nowadays even on sets producers are now using Zoom. So you could set up like this kind of solution and plug like a DSLR with your widest angle focal length you have available to just give them an overview of what's going on set, while you also send them like a feed for them to see via a Zoom call. They can process what's going on, though they have like this large that they could actually see and approve quality and actually judge qualities. And for that, what you require is your camera, a USB cable like we have here, like I showed you on this camera. There's like a USB cable coming from the tripod in front that you could see on my screen that's going straight into the laptop, and just the software. And that's the cheapest form of solution that does not require any form of capture card. And through that kind of solution, you'll be able to get signal or high quality signal using your lens and get this shallow depth of field like I have on me that you can see, and you'll be able to get such kind of signal or better image quality out of the camera to your audience. The second level of the conversation will be using cinema cameras. So for cinema cameras, I'll show you a bunch of interesting solutions that I would actually explore today. So for that, I'll just switch it into my main camera first of all, and I would have that actually become what's going on right now at the moment, right? So for this, right, assuming this was like for this kind of scenarios, we're using like the C300s that has a Super 35 sensor, that has a shallower depth of field. You could tell if you can stack up the quality looking at my screen, the way it's looking at the drum and the way the camera is looking at me. So I would actually change to a side profile camera that's actually looking at me. I'll show you that in a bit so you actually could see what's going on my side profile camera. So that way you'll be able to compare and contrast in terms of quality of signal between a cinema camera and a DSLR like we have that you are seeing that's actually straight on. And if you even look at the camera, you could see the other camera that's in shot that's actually at the edge of my screen that you could see that's like the C300. And we have done, we have located that to be able to send in high quality HD signal. They're using Canon's dual pixel autofocus, the low light auto capability, and you're using CLOC 3 output via a lot that's on 709. You could tell that the way how contrasty my camera looks in comparison to that camera, despite we're all in a dark scene and I'm wearing a white shirt, is a little bit harsh coming from this camera, but there's this whole cinematic luminance range that you can see on my screen from the drums that you could actually see in comparison to the live feed you're getting from me. And if this was a worship experience where we had concerts and there was like a drummer going on, and we could cut between the first camera and go to like the other side of the camera, you could see the reverse shot of the drummer, and you could see all of this actually coming alive. You could immediately see the importance of fluency and fluidity, and how this could be a solution that could actually now work for a multicam scenario, whereby we could cut and actually show different angles of the product or different angles of several feeds or several feeds of things that you could actually can relate to in terms of what the subject matter may be at that time. For education, this could be me cutting from my long shot to my wider shot that allows you to see the entire setup. If this was like a drum unveiling, you could see how it rolls off the color, you could see how the shallow depth of field is actually affected in the entire camera space. You could see all these things and how they all playing into all oneness, okay? And that all adds up into the entire experience that we're trying to create. Because hold on, sorry, give me a minute. Because in being able to like deliver a wholesome experience, it's super important, okay? And that's important because we have to always try and create solutions for our present reality. So, for example, recently I actually, not so long before the pandemic hit, there was a live conference that we had to do that required multicam solution streaming and actually something similar to this. The goal was to be able to have remote clients being able to see what's going on, and also have our present clients also see what's going on in the hall. So we had like a couple of people and audience to please. And with this kind of solution, we already had two things that we had to do. One, we needed to be able to show or make the people who are not there see from different perspectives and have a sense. Because if you're in the hall, you have the ability to turn your head left, turn your head right, and be able to like look and say, oh, okay, this is what we're doing, okay? This is how we're going to go about it, and this is how we're going to go about it. But that's no longer the case anymore because we are now remotely. So we are now remote in the scenario that they are not present in the hall. So in solving that kind of problem, two things came to mind. We need the multi-camera system. We need the way to efficiently send those data out, right? That'll give us clean images, and we also needed clean sound, which is similar to what we have here that we're actually doing now. So for that, we have in that scenario, right, what we actually use that, so we used a couple of C300s like we have here, which is the camera you could see on my screen, as opposed to the DSLR camera you can see, right? And we had the ability to cut between several angles during an event, showing the event and how it was proceeding and showing what was going, and we're able to like take the remote audience going along. But to be able to set up that kind of scenario, what we had to do was set up a multicam like we could see in this shot, right? Several multicams, but we had different gadgets, and I'll explain to you what was doing what at the time. We had like our audio mixer that was able to bring in the audio, like you could see from here. So we had our audio mixer here that was able to like bring in clean audio, which will now patch through our our switcher actually, which was actually coming in with the SDI signal because they have inbuilt XLRs to be able to take on this signal. So we had the SDI signal that was able to like patch on the switches and bring in the signals in, and combine that with the audio, we were able to now stream it live using the YouTube platform, which was the platform of choice in that occasion. And in such way, we were able to like deliver remote experiences that were relevant to the client and was actually okay with them. Now, something you would have to take note of, like with every platform that exists, right, you would have to test them to actually see that they're actually functional. You would have to test them in such a way that, because not all third-party applications or third-party gadgets are actually compatible with several third-party solutions. And as such, you are always required to do your testing. And to do your testing, all you need to do is, before the day, create like a mock-up scenario like we have here. There's no live content going on at the moment, but we're here and we could like, okay, I'm switching on to YouTube. Okay, so what's going on? Can we see the signal, how it look like? Can we have like a picture-in-picture like you have on my screen where you can see me? Assuming that was like an interpreter that was delivering in French, and we have like the drummer that was delivering and the music or whatever was the occasion was going on, which is the main event. Can we have such kind of scenarios? If there are going to be text that was going to be delivering the event, right? We could like hook up a laptop feed and actually send it into the switcher, which will actually give us more versatile nature to be able to like do all we can in terms of delivering the intent of the show. Because at the end of the day, you have to understand that we're trying to create a virtual shared experience, and this virtual shared experience is something that can only be preempted and planned for, as opposed to the fact that as opposed to what we actually used to in real life. Because in real life, we humans share an emotional connection. When somebody says something, we have our five senses that's actually given to us to actually respond to things as they happen. But in the e-gathering space, which is the electronic gathering space, the way I would like to call it, right, you have to also find a way of mimicking or try and create such remote experiences, okay? And depending on the budget you have available to you, right, will determine how successful this will be, or the kind of quality or expectations you have to manage. Because part of what you are also doing to your clients, also manage your expectations from them, and also help them to understand what's possible within the realm and the scope of their budget, and what's not possible. In Nigeria today, depending who's on the call, in Nigeria today, we have several internet service providers, okay? Some are better than most, but for the barest minimum of HD signal, you need a speed of 1.5 megabits per second to be able to like get a quality HD feed from where you are to where you're supposed to go to. So I would show the way you can test the speed of your internet. There's a link called speedtest.net. I'll pull up mine. My present is not the fastest, but I'll pull it up now so you can actually see what we have going on in terms of internet speed. So you come to, if you can see my screen, you come to this place called speedtest.net, and they actually give you your megabits per second. If you could see my screen, you could actually see the test is currently running. It might be jumpy because there's like a lag between the laptop feed signal and my real signal that's coming from the live camera. So we have that, and we also have like the upload speed that's actually going up. So on the top of the bar, you could actually see what's going on and see that on the uploads, we're actually getting close to 14 megabits per second, which on the day, if you had something like this, it would be more than enough to get a feed solution out and actually get them working on, would that be education. Now, to explain a little bit of misconception, the fact that you have 4 cameras does not mean that you actually need, your bandwidth is not going to be capable of handling such 4 cameras, because most cameras output either 4K or HD. Most switches can take up to 4K and most switches can take up to HD. But since HD is well over more than enough for several scenarios and viewings, right? The minimum you require is 1.5 megabits per second to be able to stream steady data rate, to be able to output HD quality signal out from those cameras into your remote platform using your third-party switcher, and be able to get that out the door to create the experience that you would like to create. And in doing so, you would be able to create the electronic experience for your clients and services. Because the switcher has the ability to take in multiple signals, what then happens is that you have 4 HD cameras. Although these are cinema cameras capable of 4K, currently I'm putting HD out of them into the switcher, so now that's actually in HD. And the HD signal, right, is actually now piped into, the HD signal is actually piped back into the feed, the streaming encoder that actually encodes. That's just single signal that you have different cut feeds that actually can cut between. The way I can switch from this present view on, if you can see my screen, to this present view where you can now see me, I'm actually full picture mode, to a third view where you have like a different perspective, right? And all this is like cutting between a couple of cameras, but the unified single signal that is being broadcasted into the platform which we're using now, GoToWebinar, is a HD feed. And in this case, it's quite unique because I'm actually using my screen, which is why you're seeing a lag on my screen, as a supplementary way of bringing my signal, while I also piping a different signal using Canon EOS Arrows beta utility software, which allows you to see me directly and we could have like a fluent conversation. So yes, there's clearly a lag between my video and actually my screen, right, because of the way it's been set up. But on a normal day, we could actually also take the camera that's coming from the Canon signal and also pipe it in through the switcher. But to be able to create a clear difference between what a cinema camera could look like and what a stills camera could look like, I had to like create this kind of scenario that allows you to compare the image on screen versus the image you're seeing on live and be able to see why when they say you're tapping into the Super 35 sensor and actually delivering the quality, the cinematic quality from those images, what we're referring to. You get, when we say shallow depth of field, what we're referring to. When we say low noise latency, what we're referring to. Because there's always a compression that happens at the stage of encoding, which is when the signal leaves your camera, it goes into the switcher. For it to get in through the internet, that signal is converted into data, which is ones and zeros. On the point of receiving, where you're actually receiving such signals using whatever third-party software you have, the signal is decoded. Okay? So when the signal gets decoded, right, when the signal gets decoded, that's now transmit, or it's now turned into an image on your screen. So depending on your quality of internet connection on your own side of the end will also determine how clear it is. So I could be streaming outputting 4K, and on your end of receiving you have the bandwidth to only receive HD, right? So the decoder in your phone or in those applications you use, the popular one being YouTube and Twitter and Facebook, right, would actually send you the quality of signal in relation to the download speed you have on your end. Because for me here, on my end, the most important speed is the upload speed. But on your end, the most important speed will be the download speed. So sometimes when we are outputting 4K here and you're like, oh, it's not clear on your end, it's probably because your download speed may be down, or because you have irregular speeds, which will happen when your signal goes up and down, like peaks and hills and valleys, not like on a steady stream data bit rate. So before I actually pause for that, I actually go into a little bit of technicality. If there's anybody has like any questions or so, we could like take them, and actually then I will continue. So I'll just like go through the chat a bit and see what questions are available. And we can see what questions are available. Okay, no hands raised. No questions at the moment. Okay, great. So let's continue. So now, when you ask yourself, if I'm supposed to pull off where will I need a 1-camera setup, a 2-camera setup, a 3-camera setup, a 5-camera setup, and probably an 8-camera setup? On what scenarios would you be able to need it? So think of it like this. When you walk into a room, as a human, you have the ability to turn your head left and right, right? So you hear a sound, you have the ability to turn right and say, oh, this is what's going on. You hear this sound that's happening, or there's like a loud bang, you can turn. This is you responding to several senses. Or you feel something, you get, or you smell something. You have the ability to respond in such scenarios, right? So in that sense, you are able to do all these things, okay? But if you actually take a look at what you are doing in that case, is that you're actually responding to things the way they actually come to you. You're actually responding to them in the sense that you have the ability to actually take most of all that's going on and process that and actually react in that space. Literally, that's what we're trying to do with multiple cameras. The more the cameras, the more we're able to create more perspective, and we can actually shift your attention to the left and shift your attention to the right, or do a couple of things with the camera that will actually move your eyeballs. And we will have to be able to do this in the sense that we can control perspective and multiple cameras from moving, and we can actually like control this perspective by actually changing between cameras. So the more cameras you have in your shot, the more you're able to do multiple things, in the sense that you are able to show varying perspective of what's going on, and you're able to show varying perspectives of how it's supposed to look like. So in a single camera setup, it will basically be a vlog. I'll turn off my sharing screen for a bit, so we'll just stick to my signal, right? I'll stop my screen for a bit, and I'll turn on my camera so you could see my camera now. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna come up in a bit. Okay, so my camera's up now. Hopefully it's up on your end. So I've turned on my camera now, and hopefully you can see my signal. And in this bit, right, you can see how having this conversation, if you can see my camera, please let me know if you could see my signal in the comments so that I would know that what I'm explaining is actually correct. Does anybody has the ability to see my signal? Okay, great. So having my camera like this gives me a first point of contact. We could have this conversation whereby I look directly into the lens, and by looking directly into the lens, it could have like this conversational ability, but with it comes with certain quirks. Like you can see, it's super harsh, it's not that great, it's not that smooth, there's not too much to it, you get, but it's actually doable. And this could be like those who's playing live game, with the recent pandemics and teachers having to like teach from home and hold e-lessons, you could have to like communicate. And if you're using other protocols like Zoom, all this stuff, using Canon EOS beta software, no, the EOS webcam utility software, actually, because it's out of beta. I keep saying beta because beta is attached to the name. Using that, and using like a microphone like the one I have here on my head. I don't know if I can show you that. Using like a microphone like I have here, you can actually see how you can get clean audio out and be able to like have like a conversational experience that will actually be useful to the kind of content you're trying to create or the kind of information you're trying to pass across. Okay, so if you are now going to like move to a multiple camera scenario, like right now, all you're stuck with is this frontal view. You cannot see what's going on the side, you can't see what's going on the left, you can't see what's going on the right. So that urge, we can't move your attention. So when it gets boring, you could like drop your phone and walk away and come back to it and probably see many more other things. Okay, so somebody just asked a question: what Canon camera would work perfectly for church live streaming? Oh, okay. So what we could do for church live streaming is that because depending on the budget you're working on, okay. Hold on a second. So depending on the budget you're working on, we determine what kind of solutions that actually applies to it. Canon has several amount of cameras that actually applies to. But I would always advise you to stay either within the cinema line or with the ENG lines, because the ENG lines gives you a robust solution like the XF405, because it's a camera that has a lens. Because even the DSLR I'm using does not have a lens. Okay, you have to like buy a separate lens and actually put that into it. Okay, so like for the ENG, you can go from your 18 to your 80 by actually just zooming in on the lens. And also, if you want to like create more cinematic experience, you'll be able to do that by actually moving on to things like C300 or the C700 or whatever it is that your budget can afford. And that gives you a Super 35 sensor. So for churches, the beginning point will be from the XA11 to the XF405, and most of those cameras have the ability of outputting 4K quality, great image stabilization. They have the ability of putting great image range in terms of There's like dual pixel autofocus on them. They also have like inbuilt NDs to be able to control your exposure. There's a lot packed in and minimized into that small camera, into a small form factor that allows you to put it and hang it in everywhere, or put it into light cranes or light tripod. You don't need expensive or heavy tripods to be able to do it. So leaving that budget spectrum, you can choose to upgrade to like the cinema cameras. Like now there's now the C70, which is like an amazing camera that could work a lot as a hybrid camera for a lot of things that we're trying to do, right? And because it's a hybrid camera, it means that you could record 4K in it, you could output 4K in it, you could also do output like 444 in terms of not 422 in terms of the signal bit where you're recording to your card. It records in compressed H.265 and H.265, which are very friendly size of codecs to actually edit, and they're actually a lot more friendly to stream in terms of streaming those cameras out. And these cameras are versatile, like the new C7 that came out. So if you're not using that, you could use the C300 Mark II or the recent C300 Mark III, which is what you're seeing on my screen that we've been switching between on the switcher that's here. And you could use that also to be able to get like shallow depth of field, Super 35 sensor kind of view, great cinematic quality, and be able to push out and push any of all those things out in terms of content and in terms of delivering amazing content. And that becomes like another step of upgrade that you could actually view. Like you could literally compare the quality between the Canon DSLR and Cinema EOS, and you could see like this video I'm having is super harsh even with the same lighting, and you can still see the same. There's like more harsh lighting that's even of low and dim quality that's actually going on. But you could see how clean it is depending on your video signal and the compression. But you could see, you could almost tell the difference, that there's a clear difference, day and night difference between the cinema line and the DSLR line. And so depending on the budget and the scope of what you would determine the choice of camera you make. But it will be safe to actually go between either the ANG lineup or the cinema lineup. Anything going to the DSLR lineup is also possible, but that will be like way more for maybe meetings. You get nothing super serious. But if it's something that you're being paid for, then your client will expect some level of quality and some commercial level of delivery from you. And that way you'll be able to like do most of all like that way you'll be able to put out quality that will actually end up paying your bills, so to speak. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this to actually create an experience, but also earn an income. And your clients will only pay for top quality when you actually deliver top quality. They will not pay for what you are not delivering. So that, I hope I answered that question. Okay, so continue. The reason why a multi-camera setup will be super good or super great will be due to the fact that you could actually take several perspectives and weave them into one. Okay, so the fact that we have the ability to cut between a bunch of cameras and actually show different perspectives gives the audience a digital way to turn their necks and look what's at their left, look what's at their right, look what's at the back, get different experiences, and be able to like put all these experiences into like an e-gathering experience. And that's super useful and super helpful, because a camera battery could die, right? And why multicams are great is that if it's this camera that I'm using, when the battery dies during the presentation, it goes off and you would not notice. I mean, and you would notice actually, because it's just one camera, there's nothing to switch to. But if you look at my screen and assuming something happens to one camera, it could easily switch from 1 to 3, and we could stay there, and you could like, oh, okay, you've been here for a long time, and we could switch like 2, waiting for the guy on camera 1 to come up, while we actually still keep working on the solution or trying to fix the problem, whether it be a battery problem or some kind of technical glitch. It gives you the affordability to actually piggyback between a couple of perspectives, while your audience is not at the mercy of whatever technical glitch that you have. Okay, and when you've all is said and done, you can now conveniently say, oh, okay, so let's switch back now to our main camera, and nobody is the wiser, because nobody knows what just happened. Everybody still has the experience. If it was a product launch, everything goes back. But in the technical room, there's like hills and fires and brimstone going on, trying to like fix everything and make it otherwise. Which is why having a multi-camera solution, irrespective when you're actually going on a streaming platform or going on a streaming workflow, would pay you. And to that, there are like a couple of third-party switches that actually could be useful to this, right? There's the Blackmagic Anthem Mini, which you saw that I showed you earlier, that you could actually see in my camera. that I showed you earlier, and you're able to like see most of it. It's actually compact with about 4 HDMI inputs. And what that allows you to do is to take, because HDMI is actually a cheaper protocol, you could take the HDMI output for any of all these your cameras. I think the maximum length of a HDMI cable that I can run is 50 feet. I guess, yes, before the signal get lost. You get, but anywhere between 30 to like 50 feet is also a great range. You could take that and just run those cables. If they are fixed cameras, they're fixed cameras. If they are roving cameras, they're roving cameras. You could buy your HDMI lock, and some cameras have the ability to lock the cables so you don't have them dangle while you're actually working on them. And they're like a cheaper solution with a HDMI switcher. You could actually perform switches like the way I've been doing, and you could see on my screen, right? If it's not like the SDI cameras have the benefit of running over 100 meters, which is, if I'm not wrong, that's about 300 feet. And you could use things like this. This is like a Blackmagic micro converter. I don't know if you can see this. I'll bring it close. Yeah, there. Okay, so this is like a Blackmagic micro converter that allows you to convert SDI into HDMI signals, and it looks like, I'll open it up. It's kind of small, just to show you all the third-party solutions that could actually work for what you're trying to do. Hang on, I'll just pull this out in a minute. Okay. So, yes. So here's the converter that's actually just small. It allows you to take either your SDI signal and convert it into your HDMI signal, and you can take your HDMI signal and convert it into like your SDI signal. So right now, what just happened is that there seemed to be a power outage. So my camera has actually flipped out, and the entire studio is trying to flip the power source. So right now, if this was like a multicam scenario, you could see how one of the other cameras have actually started actually showing, which is still my EOS R camera that's actually showing me.
Sorry, getting interrupted, but we cannot hear you.
Oh, okay. Give me a second, so I'll fix it. Okay, so okay. You can't. That's John. What's up?
We can't hear you.
I know. I lost power in my studio. I'm coming up right now. So, but how's it going so far?
Very well.
Okay, no problem. Is there anything you would like me to like go over that's missed? Oh, okay. No problem. I'm coming back on now, so my camera power is up back.
Daniel?
Ye-
I just spoke with Daniel now. Daniel lost power in the studio, but he will be connecting in another 1 minute now, so we'll do those shortly. All right.
Hey guys, can you hear me? Not yet. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Blackmagic does not have audio. Okay. Okay, great. You can hear me now.
Yes, we're able to.
Okay, great. So this is what I was saying when I said you could have like a scenario whereby you actually have like something happen, and most of the time what you would actually do is actually lean on what's the solution you have that you actually have going on. And right now it was just the EOS R that I had that was last live, and now my camera signal is now back up, and you can see how we could like salvage the day. It's just sometimes the audio, in this case I didn't back up the audio into like a UPS, so we couldn't actually see what's, we couldn't actually preserve the audio. If not, the conversation would have continued if my audio signal was like backed up onto like the backup power that was in the studio. So in cases of multicam, you can see that having more than one cameras in your workflow, although it may seem expensive, but because the event is live and moments are things that you can actually save, it's always great to have like a backup perspective or a second camera that you could actually switch on or lean on, and have that like on like a backup solution that you could actually use till things normalize and you can actually get everything working fine. So I think, if I'm not wrong, I would like to take any questions because we have just a couple of minutes before our session ends. So you could actually let me know if we have any questions right now. Does anybody have a question? Let me go through and see if there's like a question in the question box. So nothing for now? Okay. So,
Hello, Daniel.
yep.
So, just a quick one. Someone private chatted me to ask if what happens when you're trying to connect to your streaming device and you have a cinema camera and ENG camera. How do you work on the both camera to ensure that you get the perfect multi-cam streaming solution with two different camera categories?
Is this in terms?
You can shed more light on that as well.
Is this in terms of matching the camera looks, or in terms of getting both cameras to work?
In terms of getting it to work and seamlessly matching the camera view and look. Yeah.
Okay, so the amazing thing about Canon cameras is this, right? They have several picture profiles and picture presets. If you do not know what they are, you just like, oh, I don't like this one, I like this one. Okay, so most cinema cameras use the Canon logs to actually output the RX-79 that has larger dynamic range. But that will not match up with the DSLR like we could see in this picture that you can even see, right? Where the DSLR is a little bit harsher and the cinema camera has this whole soft roll-off because it can acquire more dynamic range and it can see more into the highlights and also can see more into the shadows, okay? So in that kind of scenario, what you would actually do is to probably take the Canon's pictures profile, because Canon has like the EOS production picture profile if you actually go through the cinema camera. So rather than, since we can't set the camera in terms of the DSLRs or other ANGs and use them to match them up, right, you could actually go to the cinema EOS production picture profile and set all the cameras to that, and most of it and all of them will actually be able to deliver in terms of what you're actually expecting. They'll be able to like deliver the same picture because they will actually match in terms of delivery, in terms of picture style, in terms of exposure, in terms of how the camera looks. In terms of matching out the connection protocol, like the Blackmagic converter I showed you earlier on has the ability to convert HDMI to SDI signals. That could be like a way for you to extend the entire perspective of the signal. Sorry, not perspective actually, the entire range of the signal. Because your control station, you could be in a hall that's probably 100 meters, which is actually 300 feet, and that could be like really long. You get, and you can't take it like there's no HDMI cable that can actually run for that long, right? And as such, you'll be able taking this converter, you can like plug your HDMI signal directly into your computer and actually now take your SDI cable and run them for the amount of time that you like to actually run them for, right? Then you be able to like match different signal protocols coming in, because for example the initial HDMI mixer that was brought in at the time when it was brought in had compatibility issue in terms of the kind of signal it could receive. It could not receive direct HDMI because it was professional and it was all an SDI table. So with this kind of converters, having them will allow you to be able to convert a bunch of range of signals from what they are to what they could become, and this will be like a useful medium in being able to like unifying both your signals and unifying the range. And I believe that's like one way to actually match up the camera. I don't know if that's the question is asking, but that's like a way to match it up both in looks and get multiple cameras in terms of form factor into play. So you could let me. Hello, can you hear me? I hope that answers the person's question.
Yeah, I think the person should be able to get the perfect answer to it right now. Yeah. So and another one, I've had series of questions. So another one is um, one was wondering, of course, when it comes to streaming solutions, we do talk about different third-party accessories, like the Black Magic, like the interstitial tool that you mentioned, and all those. Is there any solution or any camera model from Canon that allows you
Sorry, I didn't get that.
outrightly
Sorry,
without
sorry, I didn't get that.
worrying about models that give kind of a direct IP.
I didn't get it. The network was like down for a bit. I couldn't hear you, John.
Look, can you hear me, Daniel?
I can hear you now. It's loud and clear.
We can't hear you, Daniel.
Can you hear me?
We cannot hear you.
I could not hear you, John, for a while, but I can hear you.
Now we can.
Hello, John. If you can hear me, can you come again with the question? I couldn't hear you for a bit.
Did you get my question, Daniel?
No, not all of it. I heard up to a point, but not all of
Can you
it.
hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Can you hear me now clearly?
Yes. Yes.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Right. So the question is there any Canon solution? Is there any Canon camera model that allows you to your streaming directly, direct IP streaming? Because we got a concern from some of the people here that many of us don't really have third-party streaming accessories. Is there a solution or is there a camera model that can have designed that will allow you direct IP streaming without worrying about the third-party accessories?
Oh, okay. That's fantastic because the honest truth is that Canon has actually made has made available a couple of camera solutions that actually work in that light. Actually, most of the ANG cameras has the ability to do IP streaming using an ROG45 cable over an ROTPM network. You get. I'll be able to show you that practically maybe at another time, but yes, there is a solution that allows you, and most of the ENG cameras from the XF405 upwards will be able to from that upwards to like the XF705, which is the highest on the ENG line. Most of them has the ability to do that. Also, the cinema cameras also has the ability to do that's also kind of streaming also that will allow you not use any of these third-party capture cards. It's just that most people, depending on where they come from, they may also like to include their laptop feeds and some other solutions you get, and with that you need like a center point to actually bring all these multiple signals that you can cut down to, you get, or like show your screen and also have like show your face, also those kind of things. With those kind of demands, it's actually important that you can actually have something that actually works in terms of delivery, you get, in terms of what's actually available. And that's why you could actually have capture cards as also a third-party solution. But if you're not doing that kind of line of work, the RTPM solution that's available in most of this in-bit camera, you could use an ROG45 cable, which is the Cat6 or the Cat5 configuration that could run as long as 300 feet to be able to get same quality signal out into your streaming platform. And something to add to this is that can also have like a wireless app that allows you to also stream from the camera and remotely control the camera. And sometimes the camera creates what we call an ad hoc network, which is like a Wi-Fi kind of setup that allows you to be able to take from point A to point B. Like you could be in your house because the camera, if that ad hoc network is piping through a router, an internet router. You could be anywhere in the world, and if you have that IP address, you could actually log into the camera and actually see what's going. If it's set up locally, if you're around the venue, you can actually log into your camera with your iPad or your iPhone, and you're able to see such kind of feeds. It's available on the XF400. It's available on the XF405. It's also available on even the 5D has it. Most of the cinema camera already has it. Some needs an add-on dongle, which is a Wi-Fi dongle that allows you to broadcast the signal, but the inbuilt function and settings is already built into the camera already. Yep.
Thank you very much, Daniel. I don't know if I have one more question, if I still have time and permission to ask.
Yeah, sure. We still have like a couple of minutes to go.
All right. So I just also wanted to give a clarification on advice on the perfect multicam full HD solution, most affordable and effective multicam full HD solution, and affordable and effective multicam 4K UHD solution that you can recommend to any media streaming organization.
Okay, so for like a multicam full HD solution, the XA11 will be the ground zero to start because they are effective, they are compact, they're efficient, they deliver HD signals, and they're on the ENG line, which means you don't have to buy lenses for them. And because of that, they actually output the HD, not full HD, because the difference 720 by 1280 by 720, if I'm not wrong, is actually a HD signal, and they're actually able to output that. And because they're able to output that, you're able to get amazing quality out of it in terms of the signal that comes out of the HDMI unit or the 3G SDI. They actually just do HD alone. But if you actually look at, if you go up the food chain from there and actually say, okay, we're going to 4K, we have to now talk about a couple of things, which is, do we have the bandwidth available to stream 4K? So if we have that, if that's not a problem, and that's like a bandwidth we have that actually allows us the ability to actually stream 4K, then the next thing you would require, that I would suggest to you, would be the XF705, because that camera has the ability to output 12G out of the camera. Because it has the ability to actually output 12G out of the camera, it actually, that's like full 4K signal. So with that, if you have enough bandwidth to upload that, you'll be able to experience or create an experience in 4K. And depending on your switcher, because the fact that you're actually upgrading from full HD to 4K means a couple of your components and your infrastructure will have to upgrade, which means your switcher has to be able to take in full 4K signal and output full 4K signal. Your internet has to be able to encode in 4K and actually decode back in 4K. And also, you also need to be able to have the 12G SDI cable that actually can take that signal from where it is and run for that long length of time to actually deliver 4K. So you have to also consider that in cost. And for that, when you actually step into 4K and you are choosing to output and broadcast in 4K, you will not be on the budget end anymore. You actually be on the premium end of the spectrum, whereby you have to do things like the XF705 or any of the cinema cameras that uses 4K SDI output, because even the C200 has the ability to output 4K, and you could actually take that and put that into a switcher that accepts 4K, and that will actually send a 4K signal to the end delivery and be able to do and you'll be able to deliver 4K. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So you're playing in the budget end, whereby you can actually do the XA11, that's the cheapest end, or you could actually do the cinema cameras or the XF705 that's on the high end, which can afford you the ability to actually do 4K. Yep.
Thank you very much, Daniel. That's it from my side. Let's allow any other person, if there's a question on the chat box, so that we can answer to that.
So for now, I do not have like a question on the chat box though. Oh, okay. I do not have a question on the chat box. I think most of them are pretty much answered. So thank you guys for sparing your time, making this available. I really appreciate looking forward to our next webinar, which will be a very interesting one, all right? I know in all technical topics, some topics are technical, some topics are like simple, and this was like the more technical one. But the next webinar we have coming up is on post-production, like how do I actually work on images to get the result. So we'll literally be grading, and I'll be showing all my steps. You know, the last time we talked about color science and log, we just talked about dynamic range and not like my process and why I choose certain things, right? So we'll be diving into that in the next webinar, which is upcoming at 22nd of October. So I'll look forward to see you guys there, and we'll actually go from step by step, and you see how we actually do Canon RAW development. We actually explore fast work turnaround. So for those of you that work in, you shoot it now, it has to be on air in the evening. What kind of solution will work for you, you get. And finally on the 28th, if I'm not wrong, we'll be shooting live together. We'll do like a mock-up commercial whereby I'll take a product, shoot it, and explore a bunch of solutions on why we chose certain things. And it's gonna be something like this, right? Whereby you could see what I'm doing, and we could actually see the product and see all the spectrums. And yeah, whereby you can actually see it live, all live. You could ask me questions while we're doing the light setup, while we're doing the camera setup. So it will be from, in quote, script to screen, where we actually edit the final product. I really appreciate you all for all coming out, and I look forward to seeing you next webinar. Thank you so, so much.
Thank you very much. Daniel, sorry, before we go, in addition to that, on the 28th, there is an opportunity of you guys also being part of that physically.
Yes.
Myself and Daniel, and of course, Canon will let you know the venue. Also because we want to control crowds, so the first set of numbers that are able to signify their interest in being physical at the DOP hands-on.
Hello, John. Hello? I think we lost John for a bit. What he's trying to say was, hey, John, are you back?
No, it's me.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what John was trying to say for a bit was that on the 28th, where we're having a live session of product shoots, there'll be a limited space. So on the questionnaire, you'll be like, okay, how many of you will be interested in physically showing up? The first people that indicated that they're actually interested will be given an address to show up. Those who cannot show up will actually have to join live remotely, and we will try our God-given possible best to show you everything that's happening by using the multicam scenario while we're actually shooting the mock-up commercial. And that way we can all learn together, and I could share with you whatever I have learned so far, and you could probably use that improving yourself, make more money, and stay safe. Please, it's really important in these times. Stay safe, guys. Okay. That was Maradona. That's what I can say. Now that I have my full screen, so it didn't make it like much of a distraction. Yeah. Based on like that was the one that was full screen. I was going like this, like who is planning this thing?
That's why there was tape before on it. There was a tape on this tripod.
There's a screw here that's supposed to be there. That's what's missing.
Not there again. Come and carry that tripod. That's why I put tape before.
What? Come on. speaker inside on top of motor.
Protesters. Is it the one in Allen?
No, this one is CMD. Tell Ijesha, make you no follow CMD. This is live video from Ura's brother. And this is here, that means my car doesn't come back. Yeah. I'm not packing.
Yes. Oui, yes. That
What?
that camera, the C2, it went off by itself.
Why?
The battery was full, it just went off. That's why I had to That's why I had to switch battery from the other one. I switched to the big batteries.
No, it could be that the battery is getting bad. Maybe, you know when batteries are, it just dropped.
Yeah.
You get. That's not putting on steady ampage again. So it's like that. Yes, like, hey, Jesus, see your head. Yeah.
Okay. So what am I supposed to say? Anything. Said anything.
Oh, you know what? No, Daniel, make Daniel sit down, make Daniel talk.
Why?
We need you here to speak French.
Jesus.
Wait, who will speak French? I didn't hear you. Who will speak French? Jan, we are going to speak French. Wait, where Jan want to speak French from?
I don't understand French, so I shall not say the way when they talk, it's like this,
Ah, good. Ok. Comment tu t'appelles? Je m'appelle. Bassez-vous. Eh? Okay, I'll say the simple ones. Okay, let me call John. So I'll be talking with John, then John will be translating it. Okay. Nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer to thee.
Now, Daniel.
I'm talking now. Can you not hear me talk? Aya, can you not hear me talk? Aya, can you not hear me talk? Aya, can you not hear me talk?
We can.
Oh, okay, I was wondering now when you say you cannot hear me again. Okay, please remove that DSLR from that tripod. Ayo, there's a knot missing on this tripod. I'll find it in my house and give to you. The knot's supposed to prevent it from turning his head. And what's that leg? I have to go and see what's wrong with that leg, though. Abi, I'll look at it now. Okay. Where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Black magic design, design. Say my name on Monday. Solomon Grandi, born on Monday. Christian on Tuesday. Married on Wednesday. Took ill on Thursday. Died on Friday. Buried on Saturday. This is the end of Solomon Grandi. Did you hear that one? Should I sing that one for you again? Or you sing that one again? Let me sing that one again. Solomon Grandi, born on Monday, Christian on Tuesday, Married on Wednesday. Took in on Thursday. Died on Friday. This is the end of Solomon Grande. Solomon Grande, born on Monday, Christian on Tuesday, married on Wednesday, took it on Thursday, died on Friday, buried on Saturday. This is the end of Solomon Grande. What are you trying to remove? It's just this one you lose now. It can't be hard except it's Jan. They use Igbo hand. Oh God. Jan has used Igbo hand to tie this tripod. Jan, come and lose the something. Oh. Wait. There's a better way. There's a smart way. It's not that one. No. I thought you could actually pull it out and rotate it. Okay. What? Which lens? No, I don't need the camera in front. Don't worry. I was just trying to break it down. I think so. But they're using us for capture. We're doing tests. We're actually done. The webinar is finished now. Bam 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 bam. Rabatapatop bam bam bam. Rabatapatop bam. Bam 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 bam. Rabatapatop bam bam. Bam. Rabatapatop bam. Barababadabam bum 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 bum. Barabadum bum bum. Have the French thing started, or I'm just supposed to be talking? Abi, you let me know when this French thing wants to start. Well, let me know when the French thing wants to start, yeah. What? I knew what you said. Okay. So I'll read this thing on this box. Now you can convert in both directions simultaneously. Convert SDI to HDMI and HDMI to SDI in any combination of SD all at the same time. Wow. So what that means is, as a bidirectional converter, we can put in a HDMI signal into this thing and also put in an SDI signal into this thing to convert both ways, like in and out, out and in, both of them, like at the same time. All it just requires is power. So whether you put in SDI signal, it will bring that as HDMI signal. Whether you put in HDMI signal, it will bring that as SDI signal. And this is fantastic because it's a very useful tool. Has Jan finished interpreting that in French? Comment tu t'appelles? Je m'appelle Delevou, asseyez-vous. Bam 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 bam. Alpha, I yesterday protest for Magodo. I said yesterday protest for Magodo. Say they block Magodo. Oh, you don't know? My wife sent me a video say somebody with the Magodo say protesters did there for this bridge side, that bridge side. So if you want to use, what is they worry you now? I'm not gonna come carry now. You go bring a corner. So if you want come, right? What you go do? Be say you go follow K2. I mean, you follow Alade Lola, right? When you follow Alade Lola, you go to the end. Go use Jimo Balogun side. They bust out. No, now you go use Jimo Balogun. They bust out now. You don't know Jimo Balogun. You go. No, use Chisco Park. That one too close. Because I see the video. They did that side. The one where they done now, we get car wash. That Jimo Balogun side now. Where we say that petrol that yes that petrol station that side. Or if you don't use that side, go use that down that take enter Magodo side, take come out. If you go try that side too. Yes, just follow Otedola on that bridge. Wait, I come make a check them for you. 6/13/77, right? 6/13/77. Oh, C. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, I will call you back now. Oh, wait, the thing says, wait, I don't say for you. It said capacitor malfunction. It said 40 brake control power supply assembly. The brake control power supply assembly harness is open or shortened. So, that's not a fuse. The brake control. Okay, so let me see if there's any video on it. I will call you back now. John, did you interpret that one? John, you cannot interpret pidgin English. Okay, so no, not just leave this camera and that camera. You can tear down this one. No, 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 not that one. Turn off. Not that one. That's the one you're using. Turn it back on. What? Okay.
Hey guys, some people should just sing like waves. Hey, what's up? You know you don't have what to sing. Hey, what's up? Okay. Music. Okay. I don't get what one on. So I can't like. It does. Also, obviously, it's not big to damn. Can we stop it? That's why I decided to come like. Like, also, I'm sorry I'm wasting your data right now, and I recognize it's not my so if you want to actually, I'm not really like on Instagram because I just feel like it's the person who just joined. Don't know me, I'm new. You can ask me any question. Any question.
Alpha, I was calling to ask you how it went. Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. The thing brought $3 damn. Yeah, I saw it. I answered your question now. Yes, yes. So we did the switching camera. At least, hopefully, you can see the difference between um, both cameras. Oh, yes, yes. I did not. Oh, I did not. Hey, yeah, my bad. And it's here. Oh. Hey, yeah, sorry. Minus minus the three. I think 6 people attended. So plus you 7. You get, but plus the extra 2 of you made it 9. No, they did attend now. Jan was there. Noah was there. Taya as usual did not show up. Well, I can't blame anybody, Jabek. No, no, no.
you are wearing is not for fun. Oh, yeah, start talking. Daniel, start talking. I'll give you today. Talk.
Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, okay, so the mic is on now. Let's try this again.
You unavailable, okay?
What's unavailable?
One second.
Who's unavailable?
Check it.
So what's happening again? What's unavailable? I don't understand.
Keep talking.
Am I talkative? Why do you want me to keep talking? So I'm looking at Omorege. He's with his EOS R5 and still doing NSAS. He has not cut his hair. He's not wearing Afro again. Come on, say Omorege as humble. So SAS will not catch him. Damn. This protest is real. The Nigerian youth has chosen to say no.
Mr. Daniel.
Yes. How are you doing?
You're working. I'm feeling you.
Don't feel me, oh.
Give us more news. I'm enjoying the news. Give us money.
Oh, okay. Money. That one, we have to work for it, too. So these fine pictures in terms of products come from this protest.
So the plenty be that.
The amount of cameras in this protest are way more. All the youths are endangered species. Lekki takeover. Pastor Bolaji was here. Okay, who's Pastor Bolaji?
Pastor Bolaji was there too.
Oh, I can see him in Lekki toll gate. Endangered species, Nigerian youth.
Pastor Bolaji was there at Lekki.
Was at Lekki toll gate now to come and do NSAS.
In fact, Pastor Sam also
Megotown one was there. All the shows they're trying to put there, whatever. They have turned Buhari to Joker. Oh, yeah. Come and see this. I'm coming. Let me come and show you this one. They've turned Buhari to Joker.
You know, Pastor Deboye was online one day and he laid cost on everybody, anyone that wants to spoil Nigeria.
Really?
For real now.
Come and see. They've turned him to Joker. See your president. Joker.
Blood sucking demon.
I saw one. They put blood in his mouth. This one that they did surgery for Buhari.
Yeah, I saw that one. They pull it out of his ear like you must hear word. Let the angel go before us. Thursday too. Lekki toll gate, 9 a.m. Man. Okay. That means.
I beg you, make you try go tomorrow. I beg you. We need you out there.
Hey Danny, what's up? I just finished my session. How's everything on your end? I hope you're safe. Hey, yeah. I know, right? Yesterday's trekking to Surulere. I just saw updates now. There's protest in Lekki 9 a.m. on Thursday. So if we haven't going to attempt that kind of move, cut time will be like what? Will be like 6 a.m. so that anybody that has to move should move early. Well, I'll finalize this night and I'll update on the group whether it's Thursday or Friday we are picking. You get. Oh, there are like two shoots. You get. Tolu is saying he wants to shoot something on Sunday. You get. And this Winnie says we should choose between Thursday and Friday to come wrap up this one. You get. So today I have to send. No. I'm actually at. No, I'm not around. I'm at that studio that we shot. Shout out that warehouse. The one. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm actually there now. So what I will do is that I'll finalize the budget, send to them this evening, and probably pick Thursday. What do you think? I'll probably pick Thursday and see what comes out of it. Mm. Yeah, I'll figure that out as opposed to Friday. So at least if we can Thursday, right? We can now say, oh, okay, we have Friday to rest. We have Saturday to rest. If to lose on is still a reality and there's no protesting where we are shooting on Sunday, we'll be able to shoot on Sunday. You get exactly. So if we're not shooting that Sunday, if we're not shooting on Sunday, what we can do, um, at least this one, I will send them a fresh day's bill for it. You get because the other. Oh god. Oh, okay, for that other film you talked about, right? Oh, okay, I see. Oh, I see. I get you now. Mm. But what are they saying though? What are they saying though in terms of the film people? Are they like going to your direction or they're like, I don't know, misbehaving? Okay. If that's the case, then I'll try and raise some money and order something from Hong Kong so I can replace that flickering that's happening in the second Froza. You get? Oh, okay. Ah, I understand. Okay, let's see now. Ah, they can use it now if they have the budget. Ah, how many days their production? How much do we give out our generator self? 10 days on our generator is like 200k, right? Abby? 10 days on our that's 200k already. The Froza is already at the Froza will be at yeah, exactly 500. That's minus Gemini, minus any of those um no problem. Mm-mm. For that day alone, but not like throughout. Okay. Okay, no problem then. Mm-hmm. Mm. Hello? Hello? Ayo, do you have power speaker for sale? Those ones they can use to play music on set, like you want to do music video something. Eh?
When it's late, I just stay here with
You people are done, right?
About
Uh-uh. Is the person not hearing me? Do you have powered speaker that you used to do like music video boombox?
where did you get it?
Ah, I'm live on YouTube.
The same thing also on YouTube. Hey, no, it's in English. Also,
You can play this back now. If this is live, you can save the video and play it back.
no, there's something we are testing it live on the phone. Hey, Pada.
Where's love is not with you. I know when you are alone, you feel it too. Do you have corona? Why are you coughing? Which one? It fell. Oh, it almost fell. It didn't fall. No, it's not. I can't say this tripod is still my own, and I know its problem. In fact, it's not the leg at the back. Oh, see, it's not. So there is supposed to be a guide, like, where is it, sir? It's here. Hey, Danny. Sorry, I lost you at some point. Mm. No problem. Wait, when are they doing this their job? Oh yeah. You told me. 19 to 28. Ah, 28. 28 is the day I have live shoot. Okay, don't worry. I'll figure out something. We'll figure it out together. Don't worry. We'll figure it out. Mm. Like I have a live webinar where we're supposed to do a fake product shoot. You get to just show people how to light products, how to shoot it, how to do the post production. You get. No problem. I'll figure it. Since it's product, it's just that day, 28. So. Yeah. Okay, no problem. No, usually my product shoot, I can actually, the last product shoot I did, I actually used one Frozer, one Lico, what's it called? One tube light. That's all I need. No problem. Not like I need all. Yeah, true. Okay. Okay, no problem. No problem, Danny, you see, no problem. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, take it. Bam, 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 bam. Hmm? Yes. We have to still get my car back now for us to leave here. I'm so hungry because I've talked too much. My head is shaking me, and I forgot this is this that does not usually have good spots to go to. Wait, will Ilabe be open? Remember Ilabe now? Labule now, inside this motorways building.
Okay, this place here.
Just come out, just go.
Just go inside this.
Not this mechanic village.
After the mechanic village.
Yes.
That gate that is open.
Yes. There's one food, whatever that's inside there. Okay, Ayo, this is the point I'm dropping the mic to go and hunt for food, though. Hunger, I keep pressing. If you can hear me. Hey, God, I'm bringing the mic to the studio. This is the way I brush my teeth early in the morning. Po. Okay, make I go find small food chop.